Keep pressing towards the mark of salvation. I want to give all the honor, glory, and praise to the Most High, Yahawah, and His only begotten Son, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the elders at Great MILESTONE who ruled well. Second honor to the elect. Peace and blessings to the 1/3. And to the confusion of faces in the four corners of the earth. Shalom. Philippians 3:13. Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of the Most High and Mashiach Yahawashi. We pressing towards the mark, the prize. Let's go say that word prize. Because, we're not carnal minded like the world is, right? Because the carnal mind will ask, you pressing towards the mark for the prize. What's the prize? Because when I go to my job and I work, I get paid, right? If you play in sports and you win, you become a champion. So they say, what benefit is it of me, to serve the Lord? Like, I need money now. I need food now. I need water now. I need medicine now. I need everything now. Prayer is not going to keep my lights on. That's how Jay think. Because this is their rest. This is not our rest, though. So we're not looking back at the things before, because we understand the things are written aforetime for our learning. If you don't know where you came from, how the hell you know where you're going? How do you know what you're pressing towards? Us as a people, so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, we're here in Babylon the Great, known as the United States of America, due to what? Our transgressions as our forefathers in the past. So, at this moment, Esau, being the devil, remember what the word devil means. The word devil means liar, slanderer. Right? So Esau has told so many lies, has slandered so many people. It's like everyone has become numb to the truth because Esau wants you to be more entitled, in tune with your feelings, your opinion. But our prize is to salvation. Let me get that really quick. So this is the pronunciation.
Strong's G 1017. Brabayon. The award to the victor in the games, a prize, metaphor of the heavenly reward for Christian character. So, and also in all retrospect, when you sit there and you think about it, if someone wins, that means someone has to be a loser, right? So, we saying the Lord's going to have salvation for the nation of Israel, so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. But remember what the scripture also says in 2 Ezra 9. It said, and those who shall be able to escape by their works. So pressing towards the mark of salvation, being proven by our faith and works. That's heavy. That's heavy. You really think the elders been doing this for 20, 25, 30 plus years, man? You really think that deep inside their spirit that they don't feel something? I mean, they already seen the prophecies and things come to pass, but as if they don't feel something in the air. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, Lord. And that's every night. 1,000 years to us is one day to the Lord. So technically, we in this last day, as we'll say, days. So we ain't looking back at all the other bullshit. The Lord already got it recorded. Bishop Nathaniel and his crew, with all the defamation of the elders of Great MILESTONE, like-minded man, the Lord already got you. ISUPK, GOCC, even people who are of the circumcision who not telling the truth, man, all of that. The Lord got all of you in the trick bag. Right? Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. Once again, the lost sheep of the house of Israel, right? The Lord sent the shepherd, Yahawashi. Then Yahawashi transitioned, right? And then we became shepherds. Dual. We are not only sheep, we also shepherds, man. All right. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4. On whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. So let that sink in, yo. The Lord blinded the minds of them who what? Who don't believe. Who don't believe. Oh, it ain't right. So you want me to follow a God that'll blind me? Well, let's try to make you get a better understanding of what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? This is Malachi chapter 3, verse 16. Then they that fear Yahweh spake often one to another, and Yahweh hearkened and heard it. In a book of remembrance. Remember, like I said, how the hell we know what we pressing towards and we don't know where we came from? And Yahweh hearkened and heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before him for them that fear Yahweh and that thought upon his name. So those not looking back, oh man, that's heavy. I think Elder Apostle Runlock did the video said, remember Lot's wife? Hell, it's a spirit. I might just put it in the title, you know, because it just came to fruition. So we pressing towards the mark, being saved by our faith and works. Parentheses, remember Lot's wife. I'm just saying, because who looked back? The woman. Right? The woman looked back. Yeah, I heard real quick. I heard a little joke, but it's beautiful. They were like, yeah, so the Lord created Adam and Eve. And the Lord gave Adam dominion over all the earth. They can have anything they want. They're in paradise. Eden literally means paradise, pronounced Adon in Hebrew. And don't you realize after all of that, Eve still said it wasn't enough. You have the world, and it wasn't enough. Right? Even looking at the nature of a woman, it's to what? Be defiant in a sense. She defied Adam, right? But that brought sin into the world. Right? But it goes back to why we still pray to YAHAWASHI. It's the remnant. It's the fear. It's the faith, the belief. Right? At the end of the day, no matter what we do, the Lord still has all his chess pieces in order. Man, sometimes I just be sitting, man, I just be thinking, why are these thoughts in my head? You know, sometimes I feel like little demons get with you, the demons of doubt. And you know, and it's crazy because it's like, nah, I truly believe it. It's like, this is really gonna happen. That demon of doubt will get into your head sometimes. Nah, you can't do that, man. You gotta trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to thy own understanding. So your own understanding, that's really them demons. Yeah, having your own understanding really a demon. Yeah, matter of fact, let me get that. Sirach 3:24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment. Now, prime example will be IUIC. What's the Lord's judgment? The Lord gonna send his angel to the four corners of the earth to gather his elect. But you got Bishop Nathaniel trying to travel to the four corners of the earth to gather the elect. So in his mind, he's saying to himself, you know what? We gonna go to the people. But what it say in the scriptures? Remember, this is the book of remembrance, right? The Bible. It said the Lord, Isaiah 34:16, seek ye out of the book of Yahweh, none of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. And he said his spirit shall gather them. The Lord said his spirit's going to gather us. So the Lord said his spirit's going to gather us. The Lord don't need Bishop Nathaniel, based upon his own opinion, to go to all the other countries. Right? The Lord created the internet. But like I said, that's another vein. That's a demon. It clearly says, and we all got to stand in our lot, Clearly says that. But also don't ever think that you're not going to be saved. Because when you think like that, the Lord said you must give account for in that day. Like for you to say you believe, but then you doubt it also, you pretty much saying you don't believe the Lord can save. You believe his arms are too short, right? To reach out and touch you. But we ain't looking back. We're looking forward, I don't want to just be rambling on too much. I was just thinking about that precept in Philippians. It's like, man, we're not looking back. What's left here? America's going to be like Sodom and Gomorrah in the end. Remember, the earth was reserved for water, this time for fire. So, get your house in order. Get your mind around. Keep your head above water. It's the sharks out there, They want to see us bleed. They want to see us skirmish. I mean, come on, you got all this division. You got division all around the world. You got this protest. Everybody's going up to New York. They're going against Trump and Musk. They saying this is effed up. We're talking about Edomites. So like, this is everybody, Democrats, Republicans, everybody's arguing. Everybody has a problem. We ain't arguing with them. All we doing is keep what? Prophesying and preaching. Because the word has been out enough that there have been enough seeds that have been sown. Like Paul said, I think, Paul said, Apollo has planted. He says, but I have watered, but the Most High get an increase. So it's no different than the gardener. You plant the seeds all you want. You can water it all you want. You can give it sun all you want. If the Lord does not germinate that seed, it's a done deal, right? But the Lord has germinated our seed. So how do you keep that seed, that flower, that royal plant? Remember, the Lord said, I have planted thee, or a noble plant. Remember, the Lord said, I have planted thee a noble plant, but you have become to me as a degenerate plant. No, a noble seed. And now we have to become to him as a degenerate plant. Why? We've gone away from our ways. Something that's degenerative is something that continues to break down. I know I'm kind of rambling, so it's like having a chronic illness. You're not gonna get better. There's no healing, right? So degenerate is something that keeps being recessive. It keeps declining. But what does the Bible say? What is it? Psalm 119:9. How shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed to the word. So we're degenerative when we left the fountain of youth. The fountain of life. What's that? Jeremiah 2:12, 2:10. Hey, so at the end of the day, we need to trust in YAHAWASHI. That's it. Let me get that. Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 16. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well. So you won't be leaning to your own vain opinion, right? Pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. Marvin Sapp, shutting your doors and trying to get your congregation to donate $40,000. I thought y'all said the law was done away with, but y'all still taking tithes, right? I'm just saying. And that's not what's well pleasing to the Lord, because the scripture even asked, shall a man rob God? And it said yes, and tithes. Right? Anyway, Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 17. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and into the hands of, saying we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy. So the Lord is absolutely merciful. What we got to do, continue to press towards that mark. Because remember, the angel of the Lord encampeth around about him that fear him. All right? So with that being said, I truly pray y'all was edifying, fair, and stay in the spirit, don't fear it, just endure it. Ask for forgiveness, pray without ceasing, stay humble,
Remain diligent. Kwame Allah. Shalom.